عباد الله الصالحين أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم إني ظلمت نفسي ظلما كثيرا ولا يغفر الذنوب إلا أنت فاغفر لي مغفرة من عندك وارحمني إنك أنت الغفور الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله السلام عليكم ورحمة الله اللهم أنت السلام ومنك السلام تباركت يا ذا الجلال والإكرام برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.
This salah was proudly brought to you by Khan's Chemical Industry. May this salah enlighten your soul and bring about endless blessings throughout your day.
Having a clean, comfortable home is every homeowner's pride. That's why Khan's Chemicals have developed and manufactured prime yet affordable quality household brands. Starlight, Miracle Mum, Exterminate, and Angie to care for your home and family. With a wide range of fabric softeners, dishwashing liquids, bleachers, and all-purpose cleaners, pine gels, bubble baths, and much more, Khan's Chemicals ensures your home remains our number one priority. For sales and other inquiries, call 011 933 4021. Khan's Chemicals, cleaning your home the way you want.
Plan your dream holiday with this specialist, World of Travel, as we pride ourselves in offering you the best in Hajj and Umrah. We also offer travel packages to the Middle East, Far East, and many more exotic destinations. Call our professional travel consultants now on 031 20 888877 or view our website www.worldoftravel.co.za. Visit us at 44 Crescent Street as memorable journeys begin with World of Travel by Irshad Malik.
In South Africa, countless numbers of sick patients leave their homes at the crack of dawn to join long queues at clinics and public hospitals, many of them suffering pangs of hunger in addition to the symptoms of disease. The Al Imdad Foundation's Slice for Life teams deliver sandwiches to these patients at more than 40 hospitals and clinics across the country. Help us to keep on relieving hunger. Donate online at alimdad.com or call 0861 786 243 for more information.
Ladies, get ready to bedazzle. Join us October 30th, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. for a high tea live broadcast at the Al Ansar Conference Center. Celebrating 5 years of Urban Women with me, Razia Rangwich. 100 Rand gets you fun, goodie bags, giveaways, cook-offs, chance to win a TV. And what's a celebration without cake? Grab your tickets at the Al Ansar shop now.
Radio Al Ansar, Durban, 90.4 FM. Peter Maritzburg, 105.6 FM.
Hey, youth of today, it's time to keep it real. Real talk, real issues, real youth. From mental health and peer pressure to faith, identity, and the power of social media. No topic is off limits. Join Sumaya Khan every Wednesday evening from 6 to 7 p.m. on Radio Al Ansar for real talk where your voice matters. It's your space, your story, your platform. Real talk, real issues, real youth. Only on Radio Al Ansar.
If you wanna look amazing, lady, you know what you gotta do right now. Cover up your beauty for the Almighty. You do all this for your dignity. Sacrifice is only temporary. You know what you gotta do right now. Your hijab is your crown, we all see, and you wear it to serve Ilahi. Hijab, bigo, hijab, bigo.
Assalamu alaikum. Yes. Welcome to something absolutely brand new. It's not School Matters. Well, right here on Radio Al Ansar, introducing our very first program, Youth Frequency. It's your space, your voice, and your vibe. Join us every Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. as we tune into Youth Frequency about the challenges, obstacles, and experiences young people face today. It's honest, it's uplifting, and it's all about you. Yes, it's all about you. So lock in your dial and catch the beat. Youth Frequency every Wednesday on Radio Al Ansar. Brought to you by Radio Al Ansar, Sumaya Khan. We're living in ever-changing times. Sometimes it feels like adults don't understand the youth, and the youth don't understand adults. There's this constant tug of war between young people, parents, educators, and leaders. Life today looks so different. We're always talking about Gen Z, Gen X, Millennium, and we just go on and on and on. We end up comparing different time frames, all trying to find common ground in a fast-moving world. From many discussions, street interviews, this show is so different because we're keeping it real. We're keeping it for the youth. We are going onto the streets. We are interviewing the youth, keeping it uncut and totally raw. So, the youth being a young person today isn't easy. And it's clear life is so tough. According to them, there are so many demands, so many expectations, and with social media everywhere, it's even harder to keep up. If you're not in it or on it, it's almost like you're left out. So how do we bridge the gap? How do we bridge the gap of how do we start understanding each other? Well, that's exactly what Youth Frequency is here to explore with you, the youth involved in this show. Our regular youth coach, who's going to be featuring quite often, she is the perfect person to be part of this show. She's everything. Jammie is a life coach for youth empowerment, skills development, and leadership training. She's going to make us adults really understand the youth. And the best part of it, her sidekick is here. And she can't, I'm going to say it, just keep quiet. She said, I'm definitely chipping in as a mother. So I love the vibe. So if you're a parent, you better listen, So I'd like to thank you for being part of this, dynamic show. It's guys like you who are, letting us know how we can understand and even assist us. Jammie, welcome to the very first show of Youth Frequency.
It's such a pleasure to be here, Sumaya. Thank you for having me and thinking of me to be a part of this as well.
You mean thinking about all your counterparts and the entire youth. Tell us a little bit about you.
So I am part of a non-profit organization where we do youth development. So we go into schools and we talk about topics such as bullying, mental health. The topics really don't end. And we basically uplift the youth to do exactly what we're doing, where we'll go to old age homes or we'll do cleanups, just teaching them to be a better person in our community and just bring people together.
Okay. Well, today we said, since it's our very first show, we're focusing on the challenges the youth faces today. The challenges. I think, Mom, Michelle, how's it? How are you?
Hi, thank you.
Yeah, well, you're definitely going to give your 2 cents, right?
100%.
100%. You're keeping it real. You're keeping it, it's a frequency. We don't understand the youth, but they don't understand us.
100%.
So it's like kind of like a debatable, it's like they feel like we as parents, we as caregivers, we as adults, basically, we just do not understand how they operate. Yeah. Jammie?
So that's definitely true.
Good or bad?
And I think it can definitely be neutral. Everything in life can be either good or bad. I think it's a matter of understanding that everybody's doing this for the first time. And someone who is the youth or maybe the child in the situation, if we're talking about parents, is a lot less likely to see it in that way. Whereas a parent, someone who's experienced things before, is a lot more likely to understand that. And I think that's where the gap in communication or even understanding comes in.
Okay. Michelle?
Yeah, I think I 100% agree with Jammie. And I'm not sure if you're aware, but I think it was early last year, we also released a program called Bridging the Gap Between Parent and Child. So we find, and Jammie actually helped me to realize that like she says, us that have more experience understand it better. But it's only until you actually talk to the youth and say to them, look, your parent was also a child at one time. They also face challenges. And when we bring the parents and child together and get them to bond, talking about different experiences, then only can the child see that the parent is human.
Exactly. I love what you just said because when we were younger, see, we're going back into that now. We saw parents like they wouldn't understand us. No, they don't know anything about it, but they lived that journey. They lived those experiences.
100%, yeah.
But with today's fast-paced and times are changing, you have an argument at home, you're gone. I'm saying it. These are my views and opinions on youth frequency. You found this girl, you like this girl. Parents totally disapprove. You pack your bags and you're gone. That's the harsh reality. You lie to your parents. I'm quite big. I'm 18 years old. I'm 20. I don't need permission. I can just leave home, stay over by whoever, and just come back, regardless whether you are a female or a male. It's the culture today. And lots of parents said when they found out I'm doing this show, they said, no, we do not allow it. But then, Jammie, your bras, the youth, they feel their parents don't know much. Yeah. So what's going on? Do you feel it's fine to just chuck up and leave and do whatever you feel?
So it's definitely not. I always say that all feelings are valid, but not every reaction is valid. And I think that that's something that comes with learning lessons. Unfortunately, sometimes we need to learn it the hard way. And I think from a parent's perspective, their whole job is to try help us to learn it not in as hard of a way as they did. And so someone experiencing that for the first time, who's just wanting to have this experience and who's just trying to be independent and grow up, is not going to understand it that way. So of course they'd see it like that. I think a lot of the time it's just a matter of different perspectives. Yeah.
Do you know, I love what you do. Tell us a little bit more. You are a youth and you're involved in the youth. And you know what? You look very young. The very first time I met you, and even some of our staff at Radio Al-Ansar, they ask you which school you go to. And you say, no, I'm not in school. What do you feel when it comes to parents? Like, it's like a message just came through. When you do something your parents do not like, whether you're a Muslim, whether you're a Christian, or whatever religion or faith you belong to, they're hitting down the Quran on you, the Bible, the Bhagavad Gita, the scriptures, they're just going down on you in that way there. And it scares the youth away.
Yes. No, 100%. And coming back to what I said previously, it's just this, not even once, it's a necessity for anyone growing up to experience things. I think sometimes getting caught up in that, the youth can end up experiencing things that maybe they didn't have to experience in that way, just getting caught up in wanting to understand it. But even when it comes to the topic of religion, I feel like they're a lot more likely to shut down having something pushed on them. Whereas if they're given the space to want to pursue maybe God or want to understand God in that way, if they understood the nature of God rather than understanding it from the perspective of our parents using it just as a rule book, because God is a lot more than that. When you give youth the freedom to explore and connect with God naturally, or connect with anything on their own of their free choice, because remember, they're trying to find their independence and they're trying to have their own experiences, then I think the experience will be a little bit more different, where you might find that they have a whole new perspective of these scriptures and they're able to teach us more. I really feel that all the answers are actually sitting with the youth, but we don't give them enough of an opportunity or platform like how you are doing right now to let them just speak it.
Michelle, you're a born Christian. Your children are expected to be a Christian. To follow the Christian faith. I'm a Muslim. My daughter needs to follow the Islamic faith. Hardcore, that's it, final. Don't come here with any crap. That's parents' mentality.
In general. In general. But I'll be very honest with you, Sumaya. I started my parent journey that way. But the more I started investigating into the world and the more I started spending time with the youth, I realized that the foundation that I'm giving my kids, yes, that's my way, but it was almost like a tug of war when my twins, Jammie and a twin brother, were growing up, where I was saying, do it this way, and almost not giving them a say in which way they needed
And they
to
were
go.
rebelling.
So I started getting along better with my kids when I realized through me doing youth development with other youth, you know what, step back, allow your kid to be who they are, and let them meet you halfway. So instead of me saying you go the full length with me and you do it my way, I had to say I will meet you halfway. And then our relationship started to build and we started getting along better.
But you know, when you in today's time, we have so many broken relationships between the youth and the parent, the child and the parent. I mean, whether the person is even 23, you know, the different growth spurts with emotion, you know, the emotional being and what they're going through. Everything could be anger. Everything could be like just don't care attitude. Sometimes parents question. I know friends, colleagues of mine question. Even families question. Is my child on drugs? Why are they high? Because, I mean, that's a worry. So there's lots of pressure, Jammie, on the parent. Do you feel we're overreacting or we need to just chill a bit? Come on, tell it to us.
To be honest with you, I feel like it's definitely a matter of both. And I'm grateful that I've always been able to, well, not always been able to, but because I had to learn the hard way, I'm now able to try to understand both perspectives as much as I can. I'm not a parent as yet, so that's why I say as much as I can. So there are moments where I do feel like maybe parents could overreact, but then there's also just this understanding of the nature of a parent and that being the job. So personally, I actually feel that the youth and, well, anybody that's a child, which is everyone, should give their parents a lot more grace. But at the same time, there's the opposite to that, where I think the youth also need to be given a more of grace and just that space to, as I said, grow and do things on their own. No growth can take place, or no trust can take place if they're not given a space in order to gain your trust. So as much as, yes, maybe sometimes parents can overreact, when a child feels that they just wanting to do things their own way and they're taking it to the extreme, in that case, I would say then it's very, very necessary.
Okay. Do you know, as we said, today is our very first show and we are saying the challenges the youth faces. Do you know, Michelle, when we were young, we never have a child suffering from depression.
Never.
We never have suicide rates so high. Children were so scared. When I'm talking about children, the youth from the age of like 15 to like about maybe 25, they were so afraid to even say ooh, even if whoever or whatever you did, whatever your parents said, you were just quiet, you accepted it and you did it. Today, they want to challenge. There's tantrums, there's fights. So who is experiencing more? Because when you think about it, the youth today, if you think about it, you counsel. So many of these young adults are coming for therapy. So many of these young adults are on drugs. So many of these young adults are just living so freely. So many of these young adults are living like lives, a different life in the home and a different life out of the home. So tell us, with your experiences, what's bringing these on?
So for me, and it was something that just kept coming up when you did let us know that the topic of today was going to be challenges that the youth is facing. And for me, I think it's a very simple answer, but there's a lot that goes underneath it. And I think that comes with expression, self-expression, and that can fall into different categories. And what I mean by that is, first of all, I don't feel that we are taught to regulate our emotions and understand ourselves as youth or even as people. So a teenager growing up that's feeling all these different emotions, we get taught about it to a very small extent, but we aren't really taught how to cope and handle it. So we don't really know how to express ourselves. And so I find that the challenges that the youth are facing, like whether it be drugs or alcoholism or whatever sort of escape that they are trying to find, because all of these things or escapism in some way, they're trying to hide from it. This all stems from not being able to express themselves in some sort of way, whether that be that they don't understand the emotions that they're feeling and it builds up to a very toxic extent, or just that they feel they aren't able to express their truths, and that's why they feel that they need to go about it in this way. So for me, I feel that that really stems from not understanding yourself or not being able to express yourself. It's like if there's a whole bunch of poison that's building up in a bottle, eventually it's going to explode, and what's shooting out of it is just poison.
A message just came through. I'm a parent. Social media plays such an important role in my child's life that I cannot even talk to her without her phone in her face. Your take?
Okay. Again, I feel like that's just some sort of an escapism. There's no regulation, and chances are, a lot of the time when someone's trying to escape, there's some sort of feeling that they are hiding from and running away from, that they don't feel that they are able to cope with. And what I found, especially with teenagers, is the more that you push them, and as a parent, it's understandable, you'd panic if you think that something's wrong. But the more that you start pushing, the more there's a resistance that's created. Whereas when you approach it differently, to maybe try and understand, or as my mom said, meet in the middle. And it's not easy. As parents, a lot of the time you're not willing to meet in the middle. And even as a child, you're not willing to, because each person wants to be heard and each person wants to be understood. So I think that it's a matter of creating that safe space, or even some sort of activity that will interest the child where the phone is not involved. But it definitely is going to take time.
Well, you know what? We managed to get some interviews on the street, and our tech is going to play it. This is uncut, real, the way they feel.
Hanging out freely, normal, or is it too open? Well, honestly, these are my views. There's nothing wrong with girls and guys, boys hanging out together. Come on, man. They're our bras, our friends. We can chill, especially during the holidays, after exams. I mean, my parents have no problem with that, even though I'm Muslim.
How important is money to you? Essential or overrated? Well, being a 23-year-old, money is so important. Well, we need money. We need money to dress up, to go out, to do every single thing. My parents are lit. They give me lots of money, so I don't have a problem with my bras when I go out.
Oh, Michelle, are you lit? Yeah, I'm learning new vocabulary. I feel so ancient. I feel like a dinosaur. Lit. Jammie, lit.
Yes, lit. Are you asking me what it means?
No, like, yeah. Okay, give us a sentence.
With the word lit?
Yeah.
Okay, this new segment is so awesome. It's getting lit.
Okay, wow. Michelle, we basically like, so if you're a parent right now and you're listening, you try that. Go to your child and tell them. Tell them you're looking lit, right? So I think this is not only a youth program; it's also a program for the parents. And you know, sometimes if you can relate to your child, it's like, really, mom, really? Because I know my daughter tells me like, huh? What did you say? Oh my gosh, you actually know that. So breaking the ice.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, breaking the ice. So before we continue, we'll be taking a short ad break, and we are going to connect with our new segment. Yes, that is Keyline College. Ifan's going to tell our youth what they can do, you know, tips and ideas on everything.
Hey, youth of today, it's time to keep it real. Real talk, real issues, real youth. From mental health and peer pressure to faith, identity, and the power of social media. No topic is off limits. Join Sumaya every Wednesday evening from 6 to 7 p.m. on Radio Lansar for real talk where your voice matters. It's your space, your story, your platform. Real talk, real issues, real youth. Only on Radio Lansar.
Plan your dream holiday with this specialist, World of Travel, as we pride ourselves in offering you the best in Hajj and Umrah. We also offer travel packages to the Middle East, Far East, and many more exotic destinations. Call our professional travel consultants now on 031 20 8877 or view our website www.worldoftravel.co.za. Visit us at 44 Crescent Street as memorable journeys begin with World of Travel by Irshad Malik.
At Checkstar, we got the best deals. Snowflake cake flour 10 kgs for just $109.99. Pantene shampoo or conditioner, take both for just $119.99. Offers valid until 19th of October 2025. Only at Checkstar Mount Edgecombe, Durban CBD and Sparks Road branches. T's and C's do apply. Checkstar really cares.
Looking for everyday banking that aligns with your values and rewards you? Open an Absa Ultimate Islamic account at your nearest branch for just 98 Rand per month and enjoy great features and benefits. Plus, stand a chance to win one of 10 10,000 Rand Take-A-Lot vouchers. We see your story. Absa, your story matters. Absa Islamic Banking is a Sharia-compliant banking provider.
Verily, every soul shall taste death. A gentle reminder for all of us. The Al Ansar Outreach warmly invites you, dear sisters, to our annual Ghusl classes, a sacred journey guided by respected mu'allimas. Ladies only. Saturday, 25th October, 9:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Seats are limited, so don't delay. Register now. 031-208-1601.
Plan your dream holiday with this specialist, World of Travel, as we pride ourselves in offering you the best in Hajj and Umrah. We also offer travel packages to the Middle East, Far East, and many more exotic destinations. Call our professional travel consultants now on 031 20 888 or view our website www.worldoftravel.co.za. Visit us at 44 Crescent Street as memorable journeys begin with World of Travel by Irshad Malik.
Gaza needs your support more than ever. Homes have been shattered and families have lost everything. With your support, our teams are delivering clean water tankers, feeding the hungry, and assisting orphans who have no one left. Let us give Gaza whatever help we can. African Muslims Agency, empowering, educating, inspiring.
Plan your dream holiday with this specialist, World of Travel, as we pride ourselves in offering you the best in Hajj and Umrah. We also offer travel packages to the Middle East, Far East, and many more exotic destinations. Call our professional travel consultants now on 031 20 888 or view our website www.worldoftravel.co.za. Visit us at 44 Crescent Street as memorable journeys begin with World of Travel by Irshad Malik.
At Checkstar, we got the best deals. Huggies Dry Comfort Value Pack. Take 2 for just 250 Rand. Kellogg's Cornflakes 1 kg only 65.99. Offers valid until 19th of October 2025. Only at Checkstar Mount Edgecombe, Durban CBD and Sparks Road branches. T's and C's do apply. Checkstar really cares.
Ladies, are you concerned about your health and well-being? Then the Al Ansar Cancer Support Group's annual Cancer Awareness and Chai Day is for you. Dynamic speakers, an awesome tea garden, lucky draws, free blood pressure and sugar checks, free entry. Join us on Saturday the 25th of October at the Al Ansar Hall, 189 West Road, Overport, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Let's unite to fight cancer's might.
We'd love to meet you. Pay us a visit. Radio Al Ansar.
If you wanna look amazing, lady, you know what you gotta do right now. Cover up your beauty for the Almighty. You do all this for your deen, yes.
Assalamu alaikum. Yes, welcome to the very first show of Youth Frequency. We are having a laugh, a ball, because like we learned a new word, that's lit. So, I discovered this evening that this show, Michelle's laughing, yeah? The mom, she's the mom. The show is not only for the youth, it's also for the parent. Because you get to learn new words, new vocabulary, and how to relate to your child, or even if you're a young parent too. Well, every week on Youth Frequency, we are also going to link up with Keyline College, brother Irfan, and he's going to give us a little bit input, advice, ideas, tips, just like adults talking to the youth, how they can better their life skills, their leadership skills, entrepreneurship, and just the basic. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Okay, do we have him? Okay, we're trying to link up with him. Our tech is busy trying to link up with him. So, Jammie, I love you being part of this show. You're keeping it like so real. Do you know we had okay, Irfan's on. Assalamu alaikum. Okay, we don't seem to be connecting to him. So,
Assalamu alaikum.
Oh, walaikum salam. How are you?
Alhamdulillah. Sumaya, are you receiving me now?
Yes, we are receiving you. Jazakallah, and thank you so much for being part of this very first youth show called Youth Frequency.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure, and greetings and salams to all the listeners and your team there with you.
Okay. Yeah. So, what advice? Our topic this evening is the challenges that youth faces. What advice you have from entrepreneurship, from studies, from technology, from ideas?
Just Jazakallah for inviting us to speak here. This is such a big topic, you know. There is an echo coming through, so I'm going to try to ignore the echo. When it comes to youth and choosing careers and thinking of their future, you know, as we've indicated before, it can be such a daunting time in their lives because there's so much happening in the world right now. Lots of exciting opportunities, access to lots of information and quick skills that young learners didn't have before, opportunities for them to be able to make big noises, you know, from behind their little computers and behind their phones. And they're getting used to that now because the digital landscape has kind of opened up the whole world. So let me just try and turn my volume down here. Okay, so as I was saying, there's just so many opportunities now. Where do we start, you know? I thought about tonight and what can we speak about. There's a lot to speak about, but let's try and just touch on a few points, Sumaya, if I can, and perhaps leave some food for thought. And then we can perhaps expand on that, and maybe the readers will want to, the listeners rather, would want to learn more about certain areas and opportunities. But what I can say is that if you are at that point where you need to think about your future and the next steps, what I firstly urge you to do is try and look inside yourself and think about what makes you happy. You need to try and discover your personality. You need to try and find yourself. Now, I know that sounds all, psychological and complicated, and, you know, everybody's trying to find themselves, no doubt. But from a career perspective, what is going to make you happy? Now, traditionally, that's what we've done sort of coming towards matric and after school. We've tried to find something that makes us happy, but also at the same time, we want to earn a decent living. You know, everybody wants to be empowered, to be in a position where they have that financial freedom to be able to achieve their dreams, whatever that might be. Of course, we've soon realized that we just want peace, health, and less complications as we get older. But we've got to go through the whole process to learn that. So what people have done before is chosen a career path, whether it be a degree and a diploma, and then often followed that path throughout their whole lives. But that is somewhat changing. In fact, it's been changing for quite a while now. We've seen that learners that chose a particular career path academically end up doing something rather different. And although nobody can predict the future, even the experts that are leading technology and technological development in all kinds of spaces, not just AI, they are kind of trying to forecast, but there's often conflicting opinions as to what is going to happen with robotics and AI technologies and careers and so on. Lots of them have a gloom and doom story, but it's mostly very positive. The future is going to be very different. That is guaranteed. Everybody's in agreement that it's going to be different. So in a nutshell, what do you need to do to find yourself? You need to start thinking about careers much earlier. Don't wait to finish matric and then decide on researching what you're going to study, etc. There are lots of avenues and areas to already start learning some compact skills. Get creative, because the future is for the creative people. Creativity is not about just drawing pictures and that type of thing. It's about critical thinking, thinking out of the box. So use your time valuably where you are learning something all the time. with access to platforms like YouTube and lots of other platforms out there online that are easy to access. There's always lots to learn. So balance your time. I would advise youngsters to balance their time between their entertainment, spirituality, of course, and then learning as well. School keeps you busy, but find that time to learn skills. Do a course. You can also do something more structured online at a college like ours, where we offer digital entrepreneurship, express design, digital marketing, etc.
Yeah.
These types of skills are really driving the economies of the world, and they're going to be increasingly so. So you would find that if you start that way, if you know what you want to do, you want to become a doctor, a lawyer, etc., accountant, and that's your passion, fantastic. So that would be your grounding for your future. But as I'm saying, more than likely, it's looking like that is not going to be the core and only way that you, or only skill rather, or service, or whatever it might be, that you would practice to put bread on your table. The future is going to be for the person that is kind of a jack of all trades, right? So you can master the one, that's fine, the one that you're passionate about, but you would need to have a diverse set of skills. The workplace of the future, as they say, which we're seeing is the workplace of the now. That is what you need to prepare for. No doubt, technology, automation, robotics, and so on is going to be quite influential and start to do more of the heavy lifting.
Okay.
Just like computers came in and did the menial work that took ages to get done, and now it's allowed the controllers of those technologies to be able to do higher level things. So this is going to happen on an accelerated level, because we're talking about an intelligence that, of course, even the fathers of AI and robotics that have created, they themselves are in awe of what these technologies are doing.
Brother Irfan, as we progress with our shows, you are going to advise our youth, especially, from, like, you can say, like from 18 or 17 to like in the early 20s, which career angles, because not everyone is academics. But for now, Jazakallah so much for linking up, and thank you once again for being part of Youth Frequency.
You're welcome. It was a pleasure. Thanks for having me, Sumaya.
Jazakallah. Well, that was Brother Irfan, known as Sky from Keyline. Yes, he's going to give us tips and ideas and his views and opinions every week. I'd like to acknowledge the people, yes, you right now on social media, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, who is watching the very first show of Youth Frequency. Jammie, we're going to phone your friend, Luvan, and I want you to interview him. Maybe he won't, Michelle, then he won't be so scared of me.
No.
You don't think so, huh? Yeah, so you interview him.
Yes.
Maybe that's what you guys say. He'll probably tune you the way it is.
Luvan's been part of Teens Under South Africa since 2018, so he does youth development and stuff, so he won't be,
Okay. So, so Mondley is trying to get hold of him. Yeah, so we'll take a short ad break.
إنك ترى ما نزل بنا في غزة من الأحوال يا ذا الجلال والعزة يا ذا الجبروت والعزة اللهم أعز أهل غزة اللهم فرج عن أهل غزة اللهم فرح أهل غزة اللهم انصر أهل غزة اللهم داو جريحهم اللهم اشف مريضهم اللهم اقبل شهيدهم اللهم ارحم ميتهم اللهم كفف جراحاتهم وبرد آلامهم اللهم واجعل واجعل لهم وللمسلمين فرجا قريبا يا الله. اللهم فرج عنا وعن المسلمين في كل مكان. اللهم انصر الإسلام وأعز المسلمين واخذل الشرك والمشركين ودمر أعداء الدين يا رب العالمين. سبحانك سبحانك ترى الظالمين فتمهلهم حتى يظنوا أنك تهملهم وتبتلي الصالحين في الدنيا حتى يستيئسوا فإن استيئسوا أتيتهم بنصرهم. اللهم إنك تعلم أن جراحات المسلمين كثيرة وآلامهم كثيرة في كل مكان وفي كل زمان. اللهم فانصرنا على أعدائنا يا الله. اللهم فثبت أقدامنا يا الله.
Radio Ansar.
Hey, youth of today, it's time to keep it real. Real talk, real issues, real youth. From mental health and peer pressure to faith, identity, and the power of social media. No topic is off limits. Join Sumaya every Wednesday evening from 6 to 7 p.m. on Radio Ansar for real talk where your voice matters. It's your space, your story, your platform. Real talk, real issues, real youth. Only on Radio Ansar.
If you wanna look amazing, lady, you know what you gotta do right now. Cover up your beauty for the Almighty. You do all this for your deen, yeah. Sacrifice is only temporary. You know what you gotta do right now. Your hijab is
Assalamu alaikum. Yes, we are on our very first show called Youth Frequency. This is not School Matters. This is Youth Frequency. Yes, and we're talking about the challenges the youth are experiencing. Jammie?
Yes.
Interview Luvan.
Hello, Luvan.
Hi, Jammie.
How are you doing,
I've been
Luvan?
expecting a call. Good in yourself?
Well, thank you. I hope you're excited to be here. We're excited to have you.
Happy to be here.
Okay, so as you know, today we are discussing the challenges that the youth face. So us working with the youth, we wanted to get your take. What do you have to say on the topic?
I think the main thing I want to talk about is empathy.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a way to mute myself because I can hear myself echoing?
Okay.
No, we can't hear the echo from your side.
Yeah. Okay, you can continue, Luvan.
Okay, so with empathy, I think a lot of the youth today are just constantly overexposed and overstimulated. You know, from being on social media, streaming platforms, and the 24-hour news cycle. They're bombarded with a whole lot of information, images, and opinions, much of which is negative and harmful. You know, it's violent, it's used to compare themselves, and it shows them a lot of unrealistic portrayals of success and of life. And this shapes how they see themselves and how they see others. So this how they in other influencers and celebrities' lives, this overconnectedness that they feel with these people, it creates an illusion of closeness, and this comes at the cost of real connection.
Okay.
So these interactions.
Luvan, you're a psychologist, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I've studied psychology.
So, and how old are you?
I'm 24 now.
Wow, Jammie, you couldn't find him any better. So you are talking about your counterparts, the youth out there in general.
Yes.
Okay, but empathy is quite important because the youth today tend to lack empathy. It's like, yeah, whatever, the person died, or a don't care attitude. Yeah, it's not my circus, not my monkeys. That's the attitude.
Mm-hmm.
So you say there's a lack of empathy.
Yes.
There's a lack of empathy.
Okay, Luvan, and we also spoke a lot about the challenges that the youth are facing from the perspective of the parents and maybe what they can do to understand the youth better, or, you know, what do you have to say, especially maybe regarding the lack of empathy from your perspective, or what could be possible solutions?
Okay, so this lack of empathy, it's often just an emotional burnout. It's not that they don't care. It's just that they emotionally burnt out from sometimes caring too much. Like I said, with the 24 news cycle, all these negative images and information that we get about wars happening across the world, about all the terrible stuff happening to our women in our country. So all of this just feeds into how they emotionally burnt out. So I think it's very important for the parents to take this into consideration and to help ground them in reality with face-to-face experiences.
Yeah. Luvan, you're definitely linking up with us next week, and we are going to continue. And I know the parents are going to take down notes. Thank you once again for just being spontaneous and just giving your views.
No, happy to do so.
Thank you. Yes, this is Youth Frequency rounding up. Jammie, what you got to say?
So, first of all, thank you again for having us, but also just creating this platform for, as you say, our counterparts. I do believe that the youth is the future, and all the answers are sitting there. If we can get it right with the youth, we'll be A-okay. So that's the main thing. I also want to express that, as you said earlier, this is, as much as it's youth frequency, it's for the parents to understand the youth and to really bridge that
Jammie, you're not a guest. You're part of this. Remember that. Michelle, Mom.
Yeah, I'm a guest.
Yeah. You just captured advice for the parents out there. Parents, she was representing you guys.
Yeah. So I think just parents out there, coming from a mum perspective, I've got 4 kids. I'm also the founder of a non-profit organization, which I think a lot of people know already. So working with the youth, we have to allow ourselves to get to the point where we become a little bit more open and receptive to listening to our kids. I'm not saying that they are always correct, because I go through challenges as well also. But when I started investigating and studying little things like managing the different generational gaps, etc., I started to understand my kids a little bit better. I still haven't perfected it. We still clash.
Well, you know what? When Jammie comes, I think Mom's going to gate crash.
Yeah.
She's going to
but it's a journey. So there's hope. There's hope. It's a journey. We're all on this journey together. And we hope you're listening in every week.
Well, thank you for being part of this new dynamic show. It's guys like you who are letting us know how we can understand and even assist the youth. From me, Sumaya Khan, Assalamu alaikum.
Pico, you wear it for Allah. He try, Pico, he try, Pico, he try, Pico, you wear it for Allah. H-I-J-A-D, she wears it, she's a queen.